Look up at the night sky. It looks peaceful, beautiful, almost calming. But beyond those tiny stars lies a universe so enormous, so violent, and so bizarre that it can completely change the way you see reality. Today, we're counting down 15 unbelievable space facts that sound fake, but every single one is backed by science. Let's begin. The sun feels enormous from Earth, but our brains struggle to understand just how enormous it really is. If the sun were an empty sphere, you could fit around 1.3 million Earths inside it. Think about that. Every continent, every ocean, every city, every person who has ever lived, multiplied over 1 million times. And all of it could fit inside our star. Yet here's the crazy part. Astronomers don't even consider the sun a giant. Compared to many stars in our galaxy, it's simply average. Even though the sun could swallow over 1 million Earths, it's nowhere near the biggest star. Meet Stephenson 218, one of the largest known stars in the universe. If it replaced our sun, its surface would stretch far beyond the orbit of Saturn. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, all gone. The scale is almost impossible to imagine. Suddenly, our mighty sun starts looking tiny. If stars can be that unbelievably huge, what about planets? Well, one planet in our own solar system has a storm so massive, our entire world could disappear inside it. And that's where things become even more unbelievable. We're heading into Jupiter's endless storm, the fastest winds ever discovered, and a planet where a single day lasts longer than an entire year. Imagine the most powerful hurricane ever recorded on Earth. Now multiply its size until our entire planet could disappear inside it. Welcome to Jupiter's Great Red Spot. This isn't a mountain or a giant crater. It's a storm that has been raging continuously for at least 350 years, and possibly much longer. Its winds can exceed 400 miles per hour, creating swirling clouds larger than Earth itself. Scientists still don't fully understand why it has survived for centuries, while storms on Earth fade away in days or weeks. Jupiter is truly a world where weather never ends. You'd expect the hottest planet to have the strongest winds, but nature had a different idea. Neptune, the coldest major planet in our solar system, has the fastest winds ever measured. Some storms race through its atmosphere at more than 1,200 miles per hour. That's nearly twice the speed of a commercial airplane. Imagine standing outside, where the air itself moves faster than sound. No spacecraft has ever witnessed weather like this up close for long. Even today, Neptune remains one of the solar system's greatest mysteries. Here's a fact that sounds impossible, but it's completely true. Venus spins so slowly that one full rotation takes 243 Earth days, yet Venus only needs 225 Earth days to complete one trip around the sun. That means a single day on Venus lasts longer than an entire year. If you somehow celebrated your birthday there, your second sunrise still wouldn't have happened. Venus isn't the closest planet to the sun, yet it's the hottest. Its thick atmosphere traps heat so efficiently that surface temperatures reach around 465 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt lead. Any spacecraft that lands there survives only a short time before the crushing pressure and extreme heat destroy it. Venus may look beautiful from space, but on the surface, it's one of the most hostile places in the solar system. So far, we've only explored our own solar system. But next, we're leaving it behind to discover wandering planets, colliding galaxies, and a future that will completely reshape our corner of the universe. Mount Everest feels unbelievably tall. Standing at nearly 8.8 kilometers above sea level, it's Earth's highest mountain. But in space, it's not even close. Mars is home to Olympus Mons, the largest volcano ever discovered. It rises nearly 22 kilometers above the Martian surface, almost 3 times taller than Everest. Its base stretches over 600 kilometers wide, so enormous that if you stood on it, the mountain would blend into the horizon, making it almost impossible to realize you were climbing it. Mars may be smaller than Earth, but it built a giant unlike anything our planet has ever seen. When you think of a planet, you probably imagine it orbiting a star. But not every planet has a sun. Astronomers have discovered rogue planets, worlds that were thrown out of their own solar systems by powerful gravitational forces. These lonely planets drift through the darkness of interstellar space, with no sunrise, no sunset, and no permanent source of warmth. Imagine living on a world where the sky is almost completely black, forever. You've probably heard that space is completely silent. Technically, that's true, because sound can't travel through the vacuum of space. But scientists have found another way to hear the universe. Powerful telescopes detect radio waves and electromagnetic signals, then convert those signals into sounds humans can listen to. The result? An eerie collection of whistles, deep rumbles, and haunting vibrations that feel more like a science fiction movie than reality. It's the closest we've come to hearing the universe itself. Our galaxy feels permanent, but it's actually moving. The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are racing toward each other at nearly 400,000 kilometers per hour. Don't panic. The collision won't happen for around 4.5 billion years. When it does, billions of stars will reshape into an entirely new galaxy. The night sky of the distant future will look nothing like the one we see today. We've reached the final stretch, and the last 5 facts are the most unbelievable of them all, including one object so dense that a single spoonful would weigh billions of tons. Imagine picking up just 1 teaspoon of material from a neutron star. It looks harmless, but it's anything but. That tiny spoonful would weigh around 1 billion tons on Earth. Why? Because a neutron star is what remains after a massive star explodes in a supernova. Its core collapses so violently that atoms themselves are squeezed together. Matter becomes so incredibly dense that something the size of a city can contain more mass than our sun. It's one of the densest objects in the entire universe. Movies often show black holes acting like giant cosmic vacuum cleaners, but that's not how they work. If our sun suddenly became a black hole, Earth wouldn't be pulled in. In fact, our planet would continue orbiting almost exactly as it does today. The only difference, we'd lose all sunlight, and life would quickly disappear. A black hole's gravity isn't magical. It's simply gravity, compressed into an unbelievably tiny space. Think about every beach, every desert, every coastline on Earth. Now imagine counting every grain of sand. It still wouldn't be enough. Astronomers estimate there are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. That's not millions or billions, but numbers so large, the human brain struggles to imagine them. Every tiny point of light in the night sky could have its own planets, its own history, and perhaps its own mysteries. Here's one final mind-bending truth. Every time you look into space, you're looking back in time. The light from the moon takes about 1.3 seconds to reach us. Sunlight takes around 8 minutes, and the light from distant galaxies can take millions or even billions of years to arrive. That means some of the galaxies we see tonight may have already changed or even disappeared. The universe isn't showing us the present. It's showing us its history. The more we discover about space, the stranger it becomes. From storms larger than planets, to stars bigger than our imagination, to light carrying messages from billions of years ago. The universe constantly reminds us how small we really are. And maybe that's what makes it so fascinating. If you enjoyed exploring these incredible facts, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to ToonTheory, and tell us in the comments which space fact completely blew your mind. Because trust me, the universe still has countless secrets waiting to be discovered.